anyone's ever caught one, doesn't mean they're not real.
That is very true, but perhaps they don't wish to be found. I've heard they're rather fierce.
Yeti only look fierce. They probably don't like being so cold all the time. I shouldn't like it either.
You never have to be cold, my Lara, if you don't want to be.
Look!
Henry, what's happened?
Lady Croft,
Mayday! This is Bravo Tango 229er. We lost our port side engine. Trying to get cross feeds open.
Are we going to crash?
Starboard engine non-responsive.
Not unless it's absolutely necessary.
Stabilizer jam. Kicking rudder and losing altitude. We're going full nose down!
Close your eyes, darling.
I don't want to close my eyes.
I think you forgot your climbing gear on purpose.
What would give you that idea? Really, Zip? It's like going up a set of stairs, only far less boring.
Yeah? Well, I want to throw up every time you look down. Hey, Alice is back. Grab a headset.
Back so soon? From Florence, wasn't it?
Decided on Genoa at the last minute. My dissertation will never see daylight at this rate, but never mind that. What are you doing in Bolivia?
Ascending. Alistair, meet Tiwanaku. She's a lovely pre-Incan civilization, currently in ruins.
Delighted.
I've been looking for certain artifacts. Well, for some time now. And an old friend working in La Paz has tipped me off about a rather promising unit.
What sort of artifacts?
An ornate stone dais, among other things.
A big rock, and she won't say why.
Oh well. Where would the suspense be otherwise?
Hey, do me a favor and check your PDA.
It still works, if that's what you're wondering.
Cool. They said it was waterproof. You should be able to swim with it, no problem. Unless you eat it, then you'll have to wait an hour.
The video is going to make me sick if you keep on swinging, Lara.
Look away from the screen then.
Careful.
Deep breath, Zip. This will be a long trip otherwise.
I forgot you were such an optimist.
I'm here, but I don't see no climber. Yeah, well, I can't shoot on sight if I can't see nobody. Got worked up thinking I'd put someone down today. Now there's nothing. He owes me one.
Swear to God.
So what? He jumped out and started swinging?
Nah, sort of danced around, screaming and yelling, whatever.
Yeah? Well, I would have kicked the hell out of him.
Yeah, whatever, man. Came flying out the
I don't see anyone!
Are these guys? The question is, why go to this much trouble to guard some ruins?
Isn't she beautiful? I'm falling in love all over again.
You say that to all the ruins.
I'm a terribly lucky girl. And here come the bloody tourists to spoil it.
Your cam doesn't pick up detail that small. What do you see?
Men with guns. Mercenaries by the look of them.
What are they doing there?
Getting into trouble. Death by irony is always painful. Amateurs.
Glad you're on your toes.
It's a useful survival skill.
What's all this stuff for?
Moving heavy materials deeper into the mountain, probably. Sometimes ancient builders had to tunnel around hard rock deposits.
Is that a jet?
Why predators attack prey larger than themselves is a mystery.
And a pity.
Is that a skull of a monkey or a person? Spooky. Cunning.
Looks like you're going forward.
Yes, but how?
With patience and persistence.
Oh, damn. Move! Move! You in one piece?
And still breathing, yes. anything for the fire? Lara? No, get back! Good Lord. What is it?
There's something in the light.
Stay here. What? Who are you? What? What about my daughter? You stay away from her. She meant no harm.
What's happening, Mother? Who's there? Mother? Mother!
Hold your fire! Lara Croft! I've been hoping I'd get to meet you. At ease. We're just gonna talk.
I'm listening.
Maybe you found a piece of this. Is this what led you here?
Where did you find that?
It doesn't matter. What's important is what it does. Do you know?
What I know is my business.
So you don't then, and that means you don't have a piece. Amanda said you were sloppy. You should have paid more attention in Paraíso.
Amanda? Amanda's dead. What the hell do you know about Paraíso?
We're done talking.
There is more than one. Father, you were right.
What was that?
Keep yourselves caffeinated, lads. We've some work ahead of us.
Means we're still alive. Can't complain about that.
All right. Who was that?
You've heard of the Rutlands, right? From the States? Well, you just met the senator's youngest son, James Rutland. Went to West Point, and that's about all he's done.
Call up the footage, please.
Welcome home, Lady Croft. Will your hand luggage require emptying or filling?
Winston, take a look at this. It's almost identical, just configured differently.
Identical to what?
Something I saw a long time ago in Nepal, miles from any pre-Incan culture.
And you believe this to be a fragment of the sword?
What sword?
More likely another of its kind. Zip, I want you to find out what you can about this Rutland, particularly where he is at the moment.
Try Peru. You talked about Paraíso.
He did imply there's information about the artifacts there.
He said you've been to Paraíso. What happened there? And who's Amanda?
Alistair, go over these images and see what you can work out. Zip, ring Anaya and see if she can meet me in Paraíso Saturday morning. They don't seem quite so keen on visitors these days.
Well, hey, you're the one with the guns.
You can't blame me for knowing how to accessorize. Any word from Anaya?
She said she'd meet you at the statue in the marketplace.
At least we'll have our privacy.
Hello, Lara. You realize that the streets were not deserted a moment ago.
And I've been trying so hard to blend in. I hope I'm the one that frightens them and not something else.
There's nothing here. Just a heap of pottery shards, littered with the bodies of old friends. If I knew this was where it would lead, I would never have told you about Bolivia.
Yet here you are.
La Paz is not so far away.
Neither is the past.
Lara, go! I'll catch up.
Zip, get an eye on herself. Tell her I'll find her.
You got it. Anaya called on her cell. She's got mercenaries after her.
Tell her I'm on my way.
Right.
What are a few years after all, when stacked atop thousands more?
There's something I didn't tell you before. I think Amanda might not have died down there.
Is that what this is about? Closure?
Isn't that what it's all about? Why we dig up the past? To understand it?
I am an engineer, Lara. I build for the future. I don't dwell in the past.
You will someday. Eventually everyone does.
Lara! Get down here, you slacker! Jason says we're about to break through.
In a minute, Amanda. We have some structural concerns.
Would you just get down here? Did the boat break? Looks like we've lost the lights. I hope you got flares.
forest.
What's happening? Amanda! Amanda! Can you hear me? Amanda!
Oh, Sarah. Oh, God. What's happened? My God.
Lara! Over here!
Kent? What's going on?
They killed Oscar.
What did?
I don't know. I didn't see. This gate won't budge. Get me out.
It's all right. What?
There's a hole above me. You've got to get me out. Hurry, we've got to get out of here. Hey, I think I see a light.
Stay there, Kent. I'm coming down.
Amanda? Amanda! It's her!
Wait! Kent!
Lara! Jason's dead! Everybody's dead!
There's something... I don't know what it was. I only saw... Amanda!
I think this stone unlocks the door!
I don't like it. Are you sure you're reading it properly?
That thing is coming! You have a better idea?
The door might be trapped.
We're trapped! Oh God! Amanda, run!
To be perfectly honest, I think this is a terrible idea. Everyone agreed to leave things as they were.
I will as much as I can. But from what Rutland said, I'm sure there's a clue down there about what killed my mother. I have to go back.
There's no use trying to enter at this same point. It's caved in.
The river had to get in there somehow.
I'll leave you to figure out the how. I can't go down there. I'm sorry.
It's fine, really. If there's any trouble, call Zip and he'll patch you through. Don't take any chances. I'm not losing any more of my friends.
So, how you getting in?
The same way as the water, I hope. If you get a call from Anaya, patch her through straight away. I'm a little concerned about leaving her by herself.
I'll keep her company.
It was Amanda's.
High tops don't fall off your feet that easy.
It's been unlaced. I never imagined she could have survived.
There was a lot of water. She still might not have.
It tells the story of the last queen of Tiwanaku. Her father was king, but she was lost and raised by a warrior. She became queen after a shaman named Tunupa discovered her royal heritage.
Tunupa is another name for Viracocha, their god of creation.
The shaman brought her to Lake Titicaca, where she borrowed his staff, an object of great power.
According to myth, Viracocha originally lived in the lake.
The god of indoor plumbing.
She led her people into an era of peace. After many years of wise and just rule, there was some sort of power struggle. She died shortly thereafter, and she was carried off in a boat to paradise.
Remind you of something?
The King Arthur myth, yes. The similarities are striking.
King Arthur? A little help here?
It's the same story. A youth, unaware of his royal blood, rises from obscurity to become a wise king with the help of a friendly wizard and his magical staff or sword, and afterwards he's transported to paradise.
Many cultures share similar legends. The Great Flood, for example. Everyone's got that one too.
Why, thank you.
Wow, this place is amazing. Might be a good place to use the rad mode of your binoculars.
You could be right. That's a mechanism. Queen's shaman. A dais with a sword set into it, or in this case, Viracocha's staff. This is it.
Do you believe it's the same one we saw in Tiwanaku?
There's more than just one dais, but possibly.
So the shaman would be Merlin, and the staff would be whatever the hell King Arthur's sword was called.
It's called coincidence.
Funny name for a sword.
I know it impresses me. It's quite the display, isn't it? Look at her. She's beautiful. We were so close before. So close.
Wonderful, Lara.
you notice anything familiar about her sword?
That's what Rutland was holding.
Except this is just a ceremonial copy. And what do we have here? The tip has broken off. My God. I had no idea it looked like this. I've seen this before, at Waseda University in Japan. But I didn't know it had anything to do with these artifacts.
Hell, I'll get a hold of him right now.
It's not there anymore. It was stolen by Shogo Takamoto.
Takamoto? Yakuza's nothing to mess with, Lara.
I don't care, Zip. I want that piece. Arrange a meeting.
Okay, but... Hang on. I got Anaya calling on her cell. I'm patching her through.
Lara! Lara, can you hear me? Those bastards from town are here, and they're coming down after you.
Well, this is a tomb. I'll make them feel at home.
Sorry, I wasn't keeping track of Anaya. I got distracted. But she seems safe for now.
It's all right. Just let me know if our mercenary friends get any closer to her.
Got it.
How will you make it back with the floor missing?
I suppose I'll have to take the high road back.
I've seen a panther, I think. It's hard to tell.
Jaguar. They don't have a panther there.
Zip, have you still got Anaya on the other line?
Yeah.
Tell her to get under the jeep. Someone's coming.
I hope you found what you were looking for, because I am never coming here again.
I was right. This is all she left behind.
She got out and didn't tell us? Why has she been hiding all these years?
Maybe not hiding, exactly. Just not keeping in touch with old friends. Perhaps she found or learned something down there that she wanted to keep to herself. Zip, did you speak to Takamoto?
Eventually. He didn't want to see you, so I reminded him how much you hate the word no.
I'm a horrible conversationalist. I trust he wants to get together on neutral ground.
You'll love this. He wants to meet at Toru Nishimura's offices across the street from his penthouse.
Nishimura? Takamoto doesn't know we're friends.
Nope. All he knows is Nishimura's hosting a corporate party tomorrow night, and you'll meet him there.
Better and better. All right then, I'm heading there straight away. I'll need to find something to wear, though.
What exactly happened last time you and Takamoto got together?
He was trying to pass off forged relics from the Asuka period, and conventional reason doesn't work with Yakuza.
But you let him go.
And now we're going to have a useful conversation. It's turned out quite nicely.
Lara, got a call from Nishimura. He's in his office, so he won't be mingling. The bartender will hook you up with him, though.
Ever predictable. Good evening. I believe Nishimura-san is expecting me.
Ah, Lady Croft. He is in his office down the hall behind you. I will let him know you're coming.
Thank you.
Welcome, Lara. You have been enjoying my little party?
Totemo tanoshindeamasu, Nishimura-san. When Takamoto arrives, however, it may cause you some inconvenience.
Take care. He is a very dangerous man when his interests differ from yours.
You'd be amazed how persuasive I can be, even with dangerous men.
I am convinced. I'm dangerous too, you remember. But please, enjoy the party while you can, and good luck.
Be brief, Miss Croft. I have many demands on my time, you understand.
Of course, Takamoto-san. I am looking for a piece, a sword fragment, in the care of Waseda University, or it was until you stole it.
I am not a thief. And you would be wise to avoid such accusations.
Then I suggest we skip to the negotiations.
I don't have any idea what you are talking about.
Of course you do. Just name a price.
Miss Croft, are you deaf?
I don't know. Let's see. Try begging for your life like you did the last time we spoke. Basic etiquette. Never arrive at a party empty-handed.
Takamoto has no doubt returned to his penthouse. Do not follow him, Lara. His men will be waiting.
His lobby's a death trap. I know you're into those, but it's not really a winning option.
If I can't go down, I'll go up. How do I get to the roof?
The roof? There is an elevator. Be cautious. There is construction above.
I don't know about this, Lara.
That's why we have to view the problem from a different angle. Namely, the roof. Nishimura gave me the pass to the lift, and I'm on my way. Odd place for a bike. And a nice one, too.
Huh. Well, it's a crime to keep a bike like that locked up on a roof. Alright, that building across the street, that's Takamoto's.
He's likely to be on the top floor. This is going to require some creativity.
Nishimura's gonna bill you for that.
It's not a party until something gets broken. Not on that bike, I won't.
are they? It's not like they don't know you're there.
You'll see them when I do.
Azura!
Looks like there's no way out.
There's always a way, Zip.
She's never cared for TV much.
She did them a favor. Maybe now they'll read her off for a change.
Do you again?
There could be more out there, Lara. Do be careful.
What a lovely evening to be outside.
Uh-oh. You know what that means.
I'll get the diamond hydronate. Please don't look down.
Heights don't bother me, Alistair.
They make me positively nauseous.
Like I told her in Bolivia.
I'll try my best to keep my chin up, but I do need to concentrate, if you don't mind.
Hurry up, Lara. It's not gonna hold.
Hurry, Lara. They'll snap at any second.
You should not have come here. This is my province, not one of your rotten little tombs.
Tell me about the sword, Takamoto.
What about it? What is it that fascinates you, Ms. Croft?
Let me have a look at it and I'll tell you.
Your persistence will be the death of you.
Okay, Takamoto's split. What next?
Catching him.
Broken into my house. You have killed my men.
I've simplified your payroll. And now, if you don't mind, I'll streamline your inventory.
You speak of this? It is the most prized of my collection.
And why is that?
I am fond of recovering objects from dead Englishmen. In this case, one of your crusaders. Some have even said the warmonger was one of your King Arthur's knights. I do not know how the fool came by it, for it is clearly far older than the 11th century, when your people lived in huts of mud.
And for this reason, you'd rather die than hand it over?
No. For this one! Your movements betray your...
This is it, all right.
Did you see what it can do?
Yes, Alistair, I did.
Nishimuro's got a chopper outside waiting for you.
Excellent. Tell him he's my new favorite person.
Thank you, Nishimura-san. I'm very relieved to find you here.
I am relieving myself too. What about Takamoto? Where is he?
It depends on whether he was naughty or nice.
I've got a line on James Rutland, by the way. Want to go together?
Absolutely. Africa is among my favorite continents. No sign of Rutland so far. Have we worked out what he's doing here?
No, but there's something else. When I was going over the map, Winston said your parents had been there. Your dad worked this site before you were born.
That's not so peculiar. It happens occasionally. If all else fails, I can get into the postcard business. Oh, now look at the little termites mucking it all up. That won't do at all.
Looks like they didn't get in from this side. Any ideas?
We'll see. I do my best thinking conjuring off cliffs. Grand entrances are always impractical. It's what makes them grand.
Lara! You're a busy beaver, aren't you?
Oh, look! It's Rutland! Fancy dropping down for a chat, then?
Only if you can shoot this far.
You know long-distance relationships inevitably come to an end.
I'd wish you luck with that, but, you know.
Alistair should really have a look at this.
But he's still trying to figure out where these sword pieces originally came from. Just you and me for now. So what kind of ancient artifact you got there?
The modern kind. Rutland's men must have been using it to move about. I've seen this before. In my father's sketchbook. He has been here.
Darn, it wasn't Rutland.
He's still about somewhere.
Not very effective for a trap.
Not these days. Something must be jamming the works.
Water wheel's got things running again.
feel something.
Oh, hell no!
I've missed Ghana.
Narrowly escaping death again, I see.
There you are, Alistair. You found something about the sword fragment then?
A few things, actually. I extrapolated the markings on the artifact to get a sense of what the entire pattern would look like. And then I found what...
Whoops, we have a prop.
Alistair? Zip? Zip? Alistair, do you read me? I don't like this at all. Hello? Are you chaps getting any of this? What the devil are they doing? This shouldn't be here. Oh. Dearest Amelia, yours always, Richard. It was Mother's. Zip, can you hear me? Where are you?
Lara, you came for the Galali key too then? Perfect.
Pretend I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you know, it's what puts the sword back together. It's the size of a fist. And according to Amanda's research, it's here.
What do you know about Amanda? Where is she?
So, your father did some digging here, didn't he? You know, Amanda thought maybe he found the key.
I don't know what you're talking about. Tell me about that sword fragment you're so fond of waving about.
Huh. Well, I have been spending some time with it, and I've learned a couple of things. Let me show you. Ready for this? Watch! You could do that, huh? Bet you wish you could do that, huh? Fine, we'll do it your way. Ready for this? Watch. Don't waste those, Lara. Bet you don't have very many. Fine. Do it your way. Fine. Fine. We'll do it your way.
I'm really not your enemy, Rutland. These pieces weren't broken apart. They were designed to separate and reattach. The Galali key does that? I don't suppose you'd tell me where this came from. The Crusades? King Arthur?
History doesn't interest me.
Well, then why don't you stay here and consider the future? Make sure I'm not in it, however. You won't enjoy seeing me again.
Your father might not have found the Galali key, but Amanda doesn't know that. She's at your mansion right now. You better have good insurance.
God, finally! I've been trying to get through for ages. What happened?
This woman just tore her way through the front door. She had some sort of... I don't know what the hell it was. It was like black smoke.
I'll be there straight away.
No, we're fine. Look, you've got to follow her. She's going for another piece of the sword.
What? Where?
In Kazakhstan. I found a photo that matches the pieces you have.
All right. Do an inventory and try to locate something called the Galali key. Meanwhile, it looks as if I'm bound for colder climes.
Back warm.
I mean to be cold. Alistair, I'm at the base. Go ahead.
I was right. It was a secret Soviet project from the 50s called Carbonek. The laboratory was studying an ancient sword fragment, but some mysterious disaster brought the KGB down, and they erased it all from history. Almost.
There seems to be trouble below.
You got there right on time.
Or a little late. Those are Rutland's men attacking the Kazakhs.
Or Amanda's. Most likely she's the one behind this.
The lab is somehow connected to that military base, but we don't know how. If you can find the command center, we might get a better idea. Now, after the firefight dies down, you should try to...
Oh, come now, Zip. Waiting is for the patient.
Now, Lara!
There's a keypad here, Zip. Do you know any good Kazakh codes offhand?
No, but I can hum along if you do the singing.
Get down!
You are American?
British. And it looks like we share an enemy. Where's your command center?
Не отвечай ей! Что здесь нужно? Погоди! Если она использует код без ключа, то сработает тревога, и центр пришлет нам подмогу! Да ты шо? Мы здесь охраняем только снег и звериную мочу, или ты хочешь сам идти? Through the gate! The code is K1879!
Спасибо. Пожелайте мне удачи.
I don't know what the hell you guys were talking about, but I think the gate they mentioned is up ahead.
Lovely. That keeps things simple, doesn't it?
Satellite photos? We got our own. There's nothing there.
The lab wouldn't be visible from above. We need maps. There it is.
Oof, that's a hike.
I'm not walking. There's a military transport train that runs past the lab. It looks like Amanda's boys are ahead of me. I'd better run.
Whoops. Satellite feed showing your train's about to roll. You better run. Fast.
Forget the train. I have a better idea.
They're decoupling the cars.
Damn, I can't see well enough. What happened?
They let loose a few cars and they're blocking the tunnel. But I think I saw a path off to the right up ahead.
I'm glad we got that one on tape. Damn. So now you're gonna tell me you planned to do that?
Of course I did.
Of course you did. Phew. I feel like I just lived through a train wreck. How about you? Undoubtedly.
Amanda's already inside and the door's sealed.
So now what?
There's a vent on the wall to the right of the cargo door. The fan's running. She's got the power.
How will you get in?
One way or another. It's getting colder. He's been trying to get out since the 50s, but he's frozen to death, the poor fellow. It's hardly a proper end for a scientist. The experiment's gone wrong. The KGB sealed the facility. He tried to escape through the vents, but got trapped.
My God.
Much colder in here than it was outside.
I'm not sure turning on the power was a good idea.
Looks like a few things in there won't be getting the juice they need.
The heater must be one of them. Look at the lights. She's only found the emergency power.
She came in through the main doors. I don't think she's been here. Looks like there's a generator on the other side of the room. She would have started it.
It sounds as if it's out of fuel. That should do it. I'd rather not find out firsthand. Amanda?
Damn it, Lara, I'm busy.
I see you've changed your look. That was you in Bolivia then, with Rutland.
I've been all over, and I'm going to places you can't conceive of. You're the one being left behind this time. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Amanda. If I'd known that you were alive, I swear I would have done everything I could to save you.
Please. I got over that a long time ago. You know what really used to bug me, though? When I got out, and saw that you left without even trying to... What is it archaeologists do? Oh, right. Dig.
We'd thought of it as a memorial.
Whatever. Don't let her follow me.
Check out the big gun thing. How spaced out is that? Maybe it'll help you.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Getting crazy interference on the video, too. I'd say what we have here is one of Nikolai Tesla's toroidal coil guns. Except that would be impossible.
You may be right. It doesn't seem to work very well.
Well, they theoretically need a lot of power, like from that Tesla tower across the way. If you could get that Tesla tower fired up, wow. I never thought I'd get to say that.
We might be able to bridge the gap somehow.
Electrical arcs.
I thought you said it wasn't running.
That's just ambient discharge. The tower was on. You'd know it.
And if I were the energy source, where would I be?
Up top.
There she is!
Debris on the tracks. I don't see how I can move it.
It doesn't matter if the core doesn't have power. Get it charged, and then we can deal with that.
She must have taken a headset while she was rearranging your office.
You're so smart, Lara. Do you know why the Soviets called their project Carbonek?
It's the castle where Lancelot sought the Holy Grail. Not the first connection to Arthurian myth I've come across.
Myth, she calls it. A limited word for a limited perspective. You are always such the scientist. You're probably right at home with all these Tesla contraptions, aren't you?
As much as anyone, I suppose.
The Russians activated a power in the artifact that literal minds can't handle, and it destroyed them. So don't push the wrong buttons.
You'd better not either.
But I know which ones are the right ones.
You've learned to read Russian since I last saw you, Amanda.
She hung up. What the hell was that about?
She's having difficulty obtaining the sword fragment. She doesn't want to blow everything up in the process.
Maybe you should have told her what she wanted to know.
Another unlucky scientist. He writes that at least a dozen of his colleagues were killed in the experiment. The artifact converted the Tesla voltage into something else, a wave of concussive force of some kind.
That's familiar enough. So why were they shut down?
They refused to repeat the experiment, and when the KGB tried to persuade them otherwise, it got nasty.
Is that supposed to stop at some point?
It's not charged all the way. I don't know what's wrong.
How am I supposed to move it if I can't touch it?
The cable on your grapple is insulated.
Right.
Okay, that's how it works.
It's a shield. 10th or 11th century. Probably recovered with the piece we're looking for. It resembles Lancelot's crest, doesn't it?
It would have been better it existed.
Oh, what's this now? It looks like a map. Have a good look and see what you can make of it.
What do you think it's for?
Maybe our knight needed help finding his way home. Or perhaps this piece wasn't all he had.
You think he stashed more of the sword somewhere?
Possibly, but the map is useless without a reference point.
I'll work on it. Going offline.
Splendid. A number of minor relics were recovered along with the artifact. The poor fellow couldn't find anyone to help him study it.
I empathize. Why their lack of interest?
They were too contemporary for serious study. It seems they date from the
Sorry, am I missing something? How old exactly is this artifact we're looking for?
older than you think. I'm sorry for what happened, but we can still work together.
There is no we, Lara. There never was. It was just me down there. Me and this. Do you remember it? I touched it, and it touched me back.
I don't think that was a good thing.
I tamed it then, and made it my own.
My God! Amanda?
A little friendlier than it was in Paraíso, isn't it? I taught it how to fetch.
You're mad! It killed our friends, Amanda, and it almost killed us!
And it saved my life once I mastered it. It's all about a broader perception. I'd stay away from it if I were you, though. But he'd still be able to touch you. Stay out of its way, Lara. I don't control it. But anything done. Lara, get out of the way!
I'd like to think some skill was involved. Did Alistair have any luck with maps?
Zach, you're not going to believe where this leads.
Oh, you're going to find me extremely incredulous today.
Cornwall.
As in, take the M5 to the A30 corner.
As the crow drives.
Well then, let's see who can get there first. There seems to be a fine line between coincidence and irony.
You sure about that map?
Unfortunately, there was some nonsense about the discovery of the real King Arthur's tomb here years ago, soon discredited. And yet another roadside attraction was born.
Well, let's see what we can see, shall we? At least it should be educational. Either housekeeping should be fired, or no one's been inside for months. Now this is familiar enough.
Go for it, Lara. Test your royalty.
No King of England jokes, Alistair. I probably have to turn on the power first. And we have power.
Hey, now that the power's on, maybe you can go back and pull out Excalibur.
It's not Excalibur! The sword and the stone and Excalibur were two different bloody swords! Arthur got Excalibur after the sword and the stone broke in his battle with Bellinor! Oh, good grief, nobody gets it straight!
That's because nobody cares.
Boys.
Sorry.
There's no difference between stupid and charming with you, is there?
Behold ye holy grail! Such a vision of yon cup of Christ did verily appear to Arthur and his knights, so that there would be no squabbling betwixt ye knights. Merlin bequeathed upon Arthur yon Lancelot. Galahad was the title neither square nor buttress, and yon they journeyed none.
Maybe the grunting Saxon or the Roman fascist that Alistair believes the whole legend was built around. This is where the truth behind the myth is supposed to be explained, and it's been turned into a warehouse.
Fitting. There's been so little truth everywhere else. Why start here? The only factual basis behind the King Arthur myths died centuries before this place was built.
Give Professor Worth some credit. If he had to close an exhibit for renovations, at least he picked the most boring one. Now this is better.
Nice. Be careful.
Really, Alistair? I have a velveteen touch. But I'm glad to see you now think there may be something important here. Decided to take the slow way down instead.
Should have told that to the forklift.
Will you look at that? Oh, this is brilliant.
That is interesting.
Signal's poor, Lara. What are we looking at?
We're looking at myth, except it's real. They're all here. The court of Camelot.
You're sure about this? King Arthur, who wast verily of ye loins of usurp and dragon?
I've no doubt about the authenticity of this tomb, Alistair. Arthur was the 11th century figure that became legend. The once and future king was as real then as the air I'm breathing now.
I don't know, Lara.
Excalibur, the sword in stone. That's how it always goes, isn't it?
Pardon?
Swords in stones, Alistair. They're part of the monomyth. There wasn't just one Excalibur or one Merlin. We keep seeing swords and daises all over the world because they were everywhere.
So, you're saying that everywhere they went, they raised up kings, shaping the course of human destiny?
Well, it's a possibility.
Who? And what happened to them and their swords?
Perhaps they're in Avalon. It's as good a place as any. Except our Merlin was killed and our Excalibur was left in pieces in the hands of the locals.
So where's Avalon?
I don't know. On the other side of the looking glass, perhaps? They didn't make off with your credit cards, did they? Is everything all right? Alistair?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Just not my usual evening routine.
Then let's go home.
This is brilliant. King Arthur was real. The Knights of the Round Table were real. And now we have Excalibur right here in front of us. Those stodgy bastards at Oxford will have kittens when they hear of this.
It's even bigger than that, Alistair. What Arthur called Excalibur is a powerful artifact that predates him by millennia.
Well, it's still in pieces. Who brought the superglue?
While I was in Ghana, I asked you to look around for the Galali key. No luck, I take it?
It was not among your father's collection.
Or his records.
It wasn't in Ghana either. Or Rutland was... Hello? What's this? I've seen you before, haven't I? Hang on. A striking resemblance, don't you think?
The pendant was a gift from your father. I never knew from where he had obtained it, until now.
Where is it now?
It's in the Himalayas. My mother had it with her. Zip, Alistair, I'm going to Nepal. Please make the usual arrangements.
We'll take care of it. Come on, man.
Not to presume, Lady Croft, but I'd hoped you wouldn't try to use the sword yourself after what happened to your mother.
She removed the sword. That's what killed her. I don't intend to do the same. If my father had known any of this, he tried so hard, and they hated him for it.
No one hated him, Lara.
It bloody well wasn't love, was it? His reputation was destroyed. Now there's more than one thing to be salvaged from that mountain top. The wreckage should be just on the other side.
I can't see anything. You sure you're in the right spot?
I never forget a face.
Once again, we find ourselves on a mountain without climbing gear.
And I doubt any of that snow and ice is stable. You should keep moving before it breaks on you.
I have done this before, you know.
Now what? Back down and up somewhere else?
I'm not ready to give up yet. I might have to make my own path. There it is.
Man, that's a wreck. How old were you? 8 or 9?
Something like that.
Look, now that's proper gear for getting to the top of a mountain.
That's one of Rutland's. I told him to mind his own business, and here he is following me to the ends of the earth.
Maybe he heard you wrong. You think he's in there?
I doubt it. Not when he could be at home with his feet up. This is all quite surreal, actually.
I'd imagine it would be.
Look out! Okay, be careful. You know this thing could go over the cliff any second.
I knew it then, and I know it now. I'll be fine, Zip. Don't worry.
Oh, hold up! You walk in there without weighing down this end, you'll go right over the edge.
Good advice, Zip. You do look after me.
You and Winston. He signs the checks.
Is that it?
It is. Of course.
Just checking. It's usually someone else's past you're digging into.
That's where you're wrong, Zip. This has always been what it's about. Now there's one more place I'd like to visit. It shouldn't take too long.
Good grief, I can't look anymore. You always say that, but you keep on looking.
Rutland's men. I've been wondering where you chaps were. Every object here has a symbolic function. If only the outside world were the same. Oh, bother! Well, one thing at a time.
How'd you know that would be there?
Give me a moment, please. It's broken. But perhaps.
Well, if that's all it does, this has been a big waste of time.
Now I suppose it's time to work out how to leave this monastery.
How about swinging Excalibur once? Just for fun.
It's a priceless artifact, not a toy.
I'm just saying.
And now we know how young Arthur became king.
Run, Lara! So, any more sightseeing, Lara, or are you finished?
We're going back to Bolivia. Then we'll see. gonna need a clear head for this, lads. No distractions, please.
Good luck.
Anyone between me and that stone dies.
Stop! I don't want anything bad to happen, but it will if you come any closer.
Kill her!
I'm sorry, Amanda. Truly.
What are you doing? Stay away from there!
It's what I came for. You don't need that. We can both do this.
It only works once, and I'm going to be the one!
What about my daughter?
Don't touch
these years I blamed myself. And it was you! You killed her!
Killed her? She's not dead! She went where I was supposed to go, where you could have gone!
Makes sense right this second, or I swear I'll execute you where you stand!
I told you to pull out the sword. I told you!
Where is my mother?
Avalon! It's not a myth. Don't you get it? You'll never understand. I'm wasting my breath.
From this moment, your every breath is a gift from me.
Lara?
For years, my father believed Mother was alive. It was what kept him going. I pitied him for thinking that way. Alistair, go to the British Museum immediately. Ring me when you get there. Dress in layers. You'll be there a while.
Right. I'm off.
Zip, call Professor Eddington at the Cavendish Laboratory. Arrange a meeting.
Will do. What should I tell him?
Tell him my father was right about everything. And there may still be time to do something about it.